Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Kakadash. It's your brother Eldiathon. I'm back at you with another video. Today's October the 19th. And we are in some, Babylon. America, the world is in some shit. And guess what? This is the highest demonic time of the month, so-called Halloween, October. And what do you know? All these things are popping off. Coincidence, right? No. This is a demonic time of the month. It's a high vibrational witch season on the left-hand side. And then it's also going into the winter solstice, the wintertime, the cold. So this is why all these things are going on at this time. And also, just that the prophecies are bubbling. The prophecies are bubbling, right? So, matter of fact, let's just start off with the scripture here in Habakkuk. As you see right here, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. And this is regarding Esau, right? Verse 5, it says, Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And this is why this place is known as the melting pot. America is known as a melting pot because all nations are heaped here in America. I mean, right now they're letting a bunch of immigrants in, which mostly Jake, but you got heathens as well. And here in America, the land of Babylon itself, you got heathens. All nations are here in America, here for business, here to live the so-called American dream, and they're all prospering. And that's just another proof that America, Babylon is the Roman Empire, because the Roman Empire went the same route. The Roman Empire was basically a melting pot, and it was the center of the earth. That's where everything was happening at, and that's where people traveled to, was America. That was a grand concourse of the so-called known world at that time, just like America is. The landmarks, America is this is a top place that everybody wants to travel to. And that was huge. If you go back, let's say 100 years ago, 70, 80, 100 years ago, America was a place to be as a land of opportunity. And even with all the things going on now and the shortcomings of America and how America has fallen since 100 years ago, it's still the so-called land of opportunity, right? Because those immigrants, they're not trying to get into Africa. They're not trying to get into Ethiopia, Zimbabwe. They're not trying to get into, they're not rushing to get into Japan or rushing to get anywhere in Asia or Thailand. They're rushing to come right here into America. So verse 5 says, he transgresseth by wine. And that goes into what? His philosophies, and also his contracts that he has with the other nations. So in order for the other nations to do business with America, they have to succumb to America's laws. They have to drink of the wine. They have to drink of the wine of America. In other words, democracy. Any laws or any small print in a contract. And they do this because this is a place to make money right here in America. The number one consuming place in the world. This is why the scriptures say that America, the people here have lived deliciously. This is the only place on earth where people, you could walk around and you should see people take a bite out of a sandwich or out of some food and throw the rest out in the garbage like it's nothing. Only here in America, they are living deliciously. And then it says, neither keepeth at home, because Babylon always has its business outside of the land. Here it is here in America. You've got a huge homeless um, problem with homeless people. All right, not too long ago in Maui, Hawaii, Maui, there was the fires that burned Maui to the ground, and many people died. They said over 1,500 people died in Maui, and nobody came to help. No, nobody was there the next day, the day after. Nobody came to help them. And when the police came, there were people trying to escape, and what the police were doing is they were turning them back around into the fire. But here it is when Israel, the small hats need help, or Ukraine needs help, or another nation needs help. America is right there, but they can't help their own people here in America. You drive around here in New York City, the tri-state area, the roads are shitty. The bridges are falling. I mean, there's been instances here in America where bridges straight up just fell because there has been no upkeeping. And the United States budget itself is huge. It's in a huge deficit because what they're doing is they keep lending money out to other countries. They keep going to war, like this war right now between the Palestinians and the small hats. War costs a lot of money. And remember, during the C-19, all they were doing is lending out money, giving out free money. Okay? Which is really the Most High. The Most High is bleeding this place until it just goes flatline. All right, so let's keep reading. It says, who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied. So in other words, Esau can never have enough. And this is why they go to war or engineer wars with other nations, because the other nations have goods that they want. And their whole thing is, just like it says, enlarges his desire as hell, is that he wants to control everything. He doesn't want you to have anything that he doesn't have his hands on or he doesn't control, because he's a control freak. So any natural resources, any gas, oil, precious stones, precious metals that any other nation has, they will start a war, engineer war, even if it's drugs, botanicals, opium, medicines. Like over there in Haiti, there's an island called La Navas where they straight up gangstered it from Haiti. And on that island, they're still finding new medicines or plants that have medicinal properties, and they're replicating those medicines and selling them here. Also, the land of Haiti has nothing but precious metals and oil, more oil than Venezuela. Ukraine has natural gas. You know? So anyway, it says it cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. Verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him? And it's talking about all the nations, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? So even though they have business deals with America, they're over there making money, nobody likes a bully. Nobody likes a bully, because when you read up here, it says he is a proud man. That is true. Just look at the statements they make. And that look, that proud look, you know? I'm going to give you an example. Like this guy right here. Now this is a proud devil. And this is why, you know, Esau, the Americans, look how red he is. Look at how, this is why these Edomites, they love him so much, because he represents that American pride. But pride goes before destruction. But he represents that American pride. And remember when C-19 came out, he made that statement. He says, it was Operation Warp Speed. We're going to use our military, our powerful military. They're going to do this quick and skillfully and powerfully. This is a very proud nation. The people here are prideful. You got a thing called LGBT pride. And they're proud in their wickedness. Esau, this whole nation is proud in their wickedness. They're proud to be part of the LGBT. They're proud to be pedos. They're proud that they are proud proud and take pride in that they raped, robbed, and murdered entire nations and committed genocide on people. And they erect statues of men that had that had played key parts in accomplishing those wicked acts, and they erect statues of them as their heroes and make holidays out of them. So the Lord said, and they shall not all these take a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? So really, all these other nations, in the back of the mind, they have resentment towards Babylon, because people always have resentment over the bully. So really, in their minds, they have resentment, but the Most High put the spirit on them to kind of hold that back, and they're blinded. They're blinded right now by the money and the wiles of the devil, right? Because look, when you read Revelation, the 20th chapter, what does it say? It says that the Most High sent him out to deceive the nations. So let me just get that real quick. I think that's in Revelation 20. So verse 3 in Revelation 20 says, and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season. So when he was loosed, right, and that's going into the transition from the Dark Ages, when Jake was in power, going into the Renaissance period, when the pagan Roman Empire, when Esau came back into power, you know, and they took over the Roman Catholic Church and started pushing the Renaissance images. That's when he was loosed a little season. So as soon as he was loose, what did he do? He started deceiving the nations again. Because before that, everybody knew who an Edomite was. Everybody knew who the Israelites were. Everybody knew that the images and the prophets and the men in the Bible and the Israelites were all dark skinned. But as soon as he came out and he was loosed, he started his deception again. Did I spell that right? Oh, hold on. Another scripture. Isaiah 25:7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and a veil that is spread over all nations. So that is the smoke and mirrors that Esau puts out there. And that's his gift. That's why he's known as a serpent and as a devil and as a dragon. Because he speaks one thing, but he acts differently. He covers up his actions with his speech, you know, with his smoke and mirrors, with his order of chaos, with his false flags events. Like, I'll give you an example. Right now, you got this war going on in between the Palestinians and the small hats, and that's leading up to what? World War III. Right here. Look at this in the news. Going right back to the scriptures. Going right back to the scriptures. The Lord said what? Let me see if I've got it here somewhere. Habakkuk 2:3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. What's the vision? Everything that Great Millstone and other men who've been prophesying, whoever's been out there, but man, I know we are known for the prophecies, for going into the prophecies. Ever since we got on YouTube, that's what everybody knows us for. And that's the spirit the Most High gave us. You know, the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, from Elder Apostle Tahar all the way on down, because that's the cloth that we're cut for. King Masha, High Priest Ariyah, they were all into the prophecies. They spoke about the third world war. And following down the line to us, and also you brothers that come from that cloth, that's what we're all into. And even before we came on YouTube, if you go back and find the very first videos when we came on YouTube, we're talking about all the things that are happening now. Race riots, famine, drought, and World War III. So that's the vision. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. So now we are at the end. We know we're at the end because look at the conversations going on. World War III. Bridgewater founder Ray Dalio warns of brutal World War III. Says China and U.S. are at brink of hot war. World War III drums sound. And you know what that's going into also? Matthew 24. You should hear of wars and rumors of wars. Everything is coming together. Dr. Doom. What did they used to call us? Doomsday prophets. Dr. Doom, who predicted Great Recession, warns Mid-East violence may spark World War III. Well, if you go back to the 90s, go back to the 80s, when our elders was on the street corners in Harlem, they were already speaking about this stuff. These cats are late. This is a day old, 2 days old, 1 day old. We've been talking about this for, Apostle DeHart been in this for over 30 years. Talking about World War III and all the things that they're just coming up with now, 1 day ago, 2 days ago. So the world's going to recognize who the men of the Lord is. And even bigger than that, the big picture is the world's going to recognize who Yahweh Shai is. Because all we're doing is speaking about what's already spoken in the scriptures. We don't get no credit for that. The Most High did use us. That's an actual fact. But I ain't taking no credit. You know, the Lord could have used anybody. You know. But we are happy at the Wadi Yahweh Shai that he selected us to send his message through. We are that vessel. So the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Now you got all these guys coming out from the One West school. These cats you haven't seen. I haven't seen them. I heard about them, but I never seen them before because they've been, I don't know, who knows where they've been, under a rock somewhere. But now they talking about coming back, so we're going to set things back in order. Like, where? Anyway, this shit is funny. So, like you've been out there. Nobody knows who the hell you are. You've been gone for 30, 40 years, and now all of a sudden you out of the dust, or you crawl out of a tombstone. Who knows where you came from? Talking about I'm back to set up order. There's a lot of things that were taught wrong, but now we're gonna set things right. Oh, so that's what you've been doing for the past 30 years. You were in some cave somewhere, I guess, and you were coming up with the plans so you could set everything right. And now you just finished the plans, or maybe you wrote a new book, because you got dudes out here now writing their own Bibles and stuff. So maybe you all this time you're writing the new Bible, you know, because the old one was wrong and everybody was teaching things the wrong way. So now you go about to publish a new one. And that's why you're coming out the woodworks now. Nah, the Spirit's about to bring judgment, and the Most High is bringing everybody out. Okay? And they're showing it, and the Most High is, everybody's bearing witness to the cats who've been out there, and the cats like, who the hell are you? Now you want to come out, you're supposed to get some respect. Nobody knows who the hell you are. Like, what? People respect you by the work you've done. Where are your works? Where are your fruits? Don't the scripture say that a tree shall be known by its fruits? Where are your fruits? Where you been? A fruit that's been sitting somewhere for 30 years is a rotten fruit. And yeah. Anyway, so let's go back to the scripture. Right? So it says, wait for it because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So here it is. This thing is moving fast. Just like we've been saying, man, when the thing hits, it's going to be like a domino effect. People are not going to even have a chance to react. Look at this. The World War chance is at 50%. So don't be surprised if pretty soon you hear that they moved the doomsday clock minute closer to midnight, even closer. Let me see. Let me just do something. Who knows? They might have did it. All right. This was the last time was January 24th this year. It moved 90 seconds closer to midnight. Yep. The doomsday clock reveals how close we are to total annihilation, baby. Ooh-wee. Malachi 4:1. We haven't read that in a long time. So there you go, brothers. That was in January. Right now, It's about to be next January again, and they're talking about World War III. Anyway, let us proceed. Okay, so let's read on verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? Because everything they got they stole. And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Now, Apostle Tahar broke this down a while ago, and he did the research and said and found out that the thick clay represents what do you call it? Debit, debt. It represents debt, and America is deep in debt. You know, so let me see. I got some things here. Oh, that's the first. Actually, that's the first image I showed when I started the lesson. Let me see if I can find it. Right here. This is the deficit chart. Look at that joint. I mean, look how. Now, this is back in 2010. It's 2023 now. This is probably like, there's got to be way down here somewhere. But look at the trend. Okay. The U.S. federal deficit. This is an old chart. They need to update it. But look how from the 80s, remember I talked about the 80s. I said how things were back in the 80s. And look at it now. God damn, boy. Whew. So what that means is that the dollar is losing its value because it's oversold. The U.S. dollar is way oversold. Is that the right term? Let me think. Oversold, overbought. I believe the right term is oversold. It's either oversold or overbought. Let me think. When it's oversold, yeah, it's oversold, right? Meaning it's going down, is lessening in value. So what that means everything is rising up in prices. So if you look at this here, the Dollar Tree is becoming the new Walmart. Why? Because people, really is Jake. Jake cannot afford to go to Walmart anymore. And Walmart was where you go to get your shit at a good price. But even that's becoming too pricey now. And the Dollar Tree is becoming a new Walmart. And all the brands are now marketing or creating products, and their price points are for the Dollar Tree customers, which is Jake. Okay? I got another article here. If we read this, it says, Walmart prices have skyrocketed and customers are outraged. So the people going to Walmart now are the upper middle class. Now they're the ones going to Walmart. They're the new clientele. The new niche market going to Walmart are the upper middle class people, because Jake, or the lower class, because a lot of Edomites in lower class as well, especially now, they can't afford to go to Walmart. It's killing their budget, you know? But the Walmart prices have skyrocketed. It's no secret that many grocery staples have gotten more expensive in recent years because of inflation, supply chain issues, and a myriad of other factors. That's why the scriptures say what? There's no balm for her pain. Because there's just cuts, too many cuts everywhere. Once you band-aid one cut, there's another one that opens up. And that's the Most High bringing them scourges. The scriptures talk about scourges. The Most High is going to send scourges. That's in the Apocrypha. The Most High just letting them have it. Babylon have it. And Babylon, the only way Babylon's going to do it, the only direction it's going is down, descent. Matter of fact, the Walton family, which if it's not the number one, it might be the number one shareholder of Walmart. I believe it is. They are direct heirs. The Walton family are reportedly the heirs to both Sam's Club and Walmart. And recently on CNBC, it was revealed that they actually sold some of their shares. This came as the family sold $4.39 billion worth of Walmart stock. That's not some. That's a whole lot of shares. Okay, so what that's going to do is that's going to drive the stock down. It's going to drive the price of the stock down. So whoever had Walmart shares, they're losing money. They have lost money. Matter of fact, let's look here at the chart. This is a dollar index. This shows you the price of the dollar. Now, you can see the dollar had a great fall right here. It's kind of bouncing over here. Right here, it's coming back up. But what's going to happen, because I've been studying the markets, like how to read charts, what's going to happen is when the price falls into this area right here where I've highlighted, you're going to see a huge drop. Unless the Lord calls a miracle and it just keeps going up. But when it hits this little area right here, this is what's going to happen. It's going to tumble. So look in the next coming weeks. Unless the Lord do something to prevent it from happening, you're going to see the market rise, be bullish for maybe like 3 or 4 months maybe or so. And then boom, it's going to crash. And what are they going to use? They're going to use the war as the excuse. They're going to use the war as the excuse for this to happen. All right. Now, what I want to do is I want to look up Walmart. Let's look up Walmart. Okay. So this is Walmart stock. This is back in April. It dropped. Well, right now Walmart is skyrocketing. Let's look at by month. Damn, it's skyrocketing. Okay, Walmart is doing good. It had a huge drop in April. Yeah, Walmart is skyrocketing. But here's the thing. This is not good. See, when we looked at I'll tell you why this is not good. This is not good because it's curved. This is ridiculous. It's supposed to do, more like this. When it does this, it's got support. It's got good support. Each one of these where it comes down a little bit, that's a support area. This is too steep. That means when it drops, it's just gonna be a free fall. So get ready for that. When things hit the fan, when they finally engage the drop of the market, this is gonna fall crazily. And these stocks are not cheap. Like people with a lot of money are the ones buying the stock. Regular people cannot afford the stock. Let me see. Does it have the price? The price, $160 for one share. So it's people with money that own this share, because they own the stock. In order for you to make a good amount of money when this goes up or down, you got to buy a lot of these shares, like a lot. And for $160 for each share, you got to have dough. So when this tanks, people that have millionaires, people that have dough, they're going to lose a lot of money. They're going to get hit. I mean, they're really setting people up nice, lovely. And it really is the Most High. It's the Most High setting Babylon up. There's a scripture I'm thinking of. Let me see if I could think of. See if I could think of the Jeremiah 15:24. I've laid a snare for thee. A snare is a trap, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. People are not aware at all of what's going on right now. They are in gross darkness. They are in total darkness. People don't know. They have no idea. You hear now, more and more people, and I'm talking about well-to-do people complaining about the state of affairs in the world today. They can't believe what's going on today, how crazy the world is. They got children. They seen what's going on in the schools with this whole LGBT and the trannies taking over. They don't know what to do. They got war. They got recession. They got C-19 going on. Like, these people's brain are being scrambled, and the only hope they got to look towards is Fox News, CNBC, CNN, and all of that is manipulated and controlled by the government. So they have no real outlet, nowhere to turn to, literally. So this is why the scriptures call us what? The children of the day, and they are the children of the night, because we know what's going on. We reading it right here, the scriptures. Everything that's going on right now in the world is in the scriptures, and the Most High has opened up our eyes to understand. So we know exactly what's going down and where this place is headed and how the outcome of this whole thing is going to be. So these people are not aware. Let me show you a couple other things, right? So You got this going on, the war. You got the stock market, which is crashing right now, and people are not aware because it's having little spurts up, and all they're doing is they're setting the stage for a drop. They're setting. Let's go back to the scriptures. Where is it? No, we're right here. They are setting the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, setting up a snare. Okay? Another thing that's been happening is this. There's been a lot of, ever since the war, there's been a ton of cyber attacks going on. Right here. Russian hackers link AI generated cyber attacks. Cyber attacks on a rise. Cyber attack. Cyber attack. Cyber attack. Cyber attack. Cyber attack. So how come this is not being spoken about on the news? This should be top news. This cyber security, which this is going to affect many companies. So eventually what's going to happen is they're going to have to put some type of restraint order on the internet or pass some type of, they're going to have to do something, get rid of the dollar bill and introduce digital currency. So what I'm trying to show you, brothers and sisters, is all these things happening at the same time. These are the contractions getting closer and closer. And this is the bomb. You can't plug all these holes up. There's no way to heal this. So all this going on is going to give them justification to come with the next step for their NWO. So it says, I have a latest snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord, which is true. Every single work done here in America is against the Most High. Every code in the law books here in America, statute, none of those are found in the scriptures, even though this place was so-called found on the Bible. If you open up, when you go to the court, they have you swear in the Bible, right? Then they read to you their laws to condemn you. None of none of them are in that Bible that they want you to swear on. And also, this has reached the heights of Sodom and Gomorrah. It surpassed Sodom and Gomorrah. And if you really think about it, when they started pushing the LGBT hard and the whole tranny and pedo thing, this is when all this really started, the Most High started speeding the prophecies up, really. If you think about it, that's when everything started speeding up. Because now the Lord is going to make a speedy riddance. He said that he has set up Sodom and Gomorrah as an example of what would happen. So now, what do we have? We got this. World War III drums. And we've been drumming, right? We've been drumming. We've been blowing the trumpet. We've been sounding the war drums. Hence why they call us doomsday prophets, because we've been sounding the war drums. We've been warning, just like Noah. All right, so let me see if I got anything else up here I want to bring out. I think that's it, actually. Yeah, man, so we're going to read the rest of Habakkuk, and then, shall not all these take a parable against him, an atoning proverb, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. So yeah, we brought out the definition of clay, what it meant. Apostle Tahar brought out that it means debt. So I brought out how this place is in deep debt. Also, a lot of major companies are beyond their spending limit. Now, there's something else I want to bring out, because if you look up thick clay, let me look it up right now. This is what it says. What does thick clay mean? Bible definition. Thick clay in Habakkuk 2 and 6 is correctly rendered in the Revised Version pledges, the Chaldean power is here represented as a rapacious usurer accumulating the wealth that belonged to others. Ooh. Ooh. Now let's look up this word. What does it mean? Rapacious, aggressively greedy or grasping. Now, bro, we could spend another 2 hours going into just that topic alone. The book of Habakkuk goes all up in Esau's, you know what, going into how he stole everything and how he ruled out the nation with a continual stroke, and he gathered their goods and their wealth like they were eggs, like a hen gathering eggs in her nest. Scriptures go all into it. So anyway, man, the final outcome is going to be, let's see if there's a good image for this. That's it, according to the scriptures. There we go. Anyway, so with that, brothers and sisters, I'm going to say shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakwadash. Lord's with us was edifying. Shalom.